Hey Lee Tribe. So before I jump into this video, I have to give a shout out to Gary of T-Shirt Help Desk. I had the opportunity to hang out with him for a little bit yesterday. And let me just say this, you guys. I've met people in person after following them online or whatever. And sometimes when you meet somebody, you're like, okay, you are not anything like I expected you to be. You're not the same person that you portray yourself to be on your channel or on social media or whatever. Gary was refreshingly not that at all. Who you see in those videos is who he is in real life. He's chill. He's laid back. He's funny. He's smart. He was just a real chill guy. And I really enjoyed spending time with him. And it was also good to connect with someone that also understands this lifestyle. We were both kind of talking about how we don't really know people in our personal lives here locally that are also entrepreneurs, that understand the hustle. And in a lot of ways, I feel like the entrepreneur life doesn't get the respect it deserves. Sometimes I think there's a lot of misunderstanding where people think you're only working a couple hours a day, you know, when in reality, we're putting in way more hours than we did at a 9 to 5. At least I know that I am. And I know that he is. And it's just cool to vibe with someone that understands this lifestyle, because I don't meet a lot of people that really, really get it. I tend to interact with people that are trying to get here. So I'm oftentimes the mentor, but I don't get that same reciprocal understanding because they're trying to get here. So it's always cool to meet people that get you on that level. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. He's the guy you want to follow if you really want to learn the t-shirt business. I'm not talking about print on demand. I'm talking about like printing shirts from home, design. This guy's a true designer. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you give him a follow. Now, let's talk about what I really made this video for. I've been getting a lot of comments on this channel about RedBubble, particularly about people losing their accounts and saying that it's very unfair, how they're very inconsistent with what they allow. And I will have to say, I have noticed that. And I agree that they are very inconsistent. In fact, when I first uploaded to RedBubble, I actually sent them an email because I didn't understand why I was seeing like, you know, certain rapper images featuring rappers. I'm like, do they have a license with this person or this brand? Are we allowed to do this? So I emailed them and they basically came back with this very legal response that basically said, you're on your own, but you are responsible to make sure that you have rights to everything that you upload. So you might get away with putting a Chance the Rapper, you know, poster out there. But if it gets taken down or if Chance's camp, for example, reports it, then that's a ding on your account. And I believe that there are some people that know what they can get away with on RedBubble and they push the envelope and they risk it. And some people do it because they know that that type of stuff sells. And they lose their account. So some people lose their account. Some people are able to get away with it. To me, it's not worth it because you can sell on RedBubble and make worthwhile money without doing infringement. I'm doing it. So it is possible. Now, are some of the TV show stuff, does that stuff sell better? Yeah, probably so. That's why people do it. But just understand, in their user agreement, they basically say, you have to have permission to upload anything. I mean, their terms look like any other terms from Merch by Amazon, TeePublic, which of course TeePublic and RedBubble are pretty much the same company now. But they seem to be a little bit more lax. And this is what I think is actually happening, you guys. What I think, and I talked to somebody else who's had a lot of takedowns on RedBubble, and he admittedly does things that are like infringement and or borderline infringement. But this is why I think some people are able to get away with it. What I think a lot of brands do, especially if they're like a popular celebrity right now, and there's a lot of people trying to make money off their name, I believe some of these people have people in their camp that stay up on new stuff that comes out with their name. And let's say Chance the Rapper, for example, sets up a Google alert. So anytime somebody puts out it says here, you can get emails when new results for a topic show up in search. So you can get info about news, products, or mentions of your name. So if I put out a t-shirt on RedBubble that says Chance the Rapper, and Chance the Rapper's camp gets an alert, they get a link directly to what I just uploaded. And they'll send a message to RedBubble and that'll get taken down. And I think that is what happens a lot of times. There are certain keywords that are monitored more than others. So that's why some people are like, it's not fair. I see all this other stuff out here. How come I'm not able to get away with it? So the bottom line is, even though people are getting away with it, it doesn't make it right and it doesn't make it okay. It doesn't matter what print on demand you use, whether it's merch by Amazon, RedBubble, TeePublic. If you don't have rights to use somebody's name, somebody's likeness, somebody's work, maybe their album cover or whatever, if you don't have permission to do it, you're always putting your account at risk, bottom line. Now, if you absolutely want to do brand stuff, the great thing about RedBubble and TeePublic is that they have brand partnerships. And I've done videos on this before. You can upload designs that target these approved brands, and they give you instructions for what to do so the design gets approved. Now, the one thing I don't like about RedBubble is the approval process is a little slow. I know the ones I have uploaded, they finally did go live, but it took, I want to say, about a month, maybe 3 weeks to a month before it got approved, but they are selling. So it's worth it because I found that there's less competition sometimes with this type of stuff, but just make sure that it's approved and you follow the directions. Now, there are a lot of companies that actually have merch by Amazon accounts, and Marvel is one of them. So I'm on Amazon's site, and this is Marvel's brand page. And as you can see, these are merch shirts. When I hover over them, you can tell these are merch shirts. And some of you guys have been asking me how I get this hover with the DS Amazon Quick View extension. I have the premium version. So I think I paid like $9.99 or something like that for the premium version. And it gives you this overlay when you hover over the shirt. So what's happening on Merch by Amazon is people are going on there and they're seeing these brands and they'll go, oh, that's a merch shirt, so I can do any brand I want. No, you can't. Some of these companies actually have Merch by Amazon accounts. So that's where the confusion oftentimes comes in. Also, Merch by Amazon has a program called Merch Collab. And as you can see here, it says it's a new, and it's not really that new anymore, licensing program where brands collaborate with qualified designers. That's the key. So you have to be approved for Merch Collab. Now, I'm in Merch Collab. I didn't apply for it. I was invited. And this is what I don't like about Merch Collab. First of all, the commissions are lower than the regular Merch by Amazon program. And the brands take a long time, some of them, to approve the work. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of waiting to get your design rejected potentially, and you're making a lower commission. So it's honestly, if I hadn't been invited, I probably wouldn't have even applied. I don't use it. To me, it's a pain. Now, if I happen to find a brand that approves quickly and they sell, then it might be worth it. But I just personally haven't found this to be worth my time. So when you see these brands on Amazon and you go, oh, what's this Rick and Morty shirt? I can do a Rick and Morty shirt on Amazon. You can if you're a member of the Merch Collab program, because we have our own separate little portal that we use to submit the designs, and we have to submit a mock-up. We have to do certain steps, and we have to wait for that design to get approved by the different brands. And then once they do, then we upload them. So a lot of you, when you're seeing these brands on Amazon, these are people who are approved in Merch Collab to upload these designs for these brands. So the bottom line is, you guys, if it's a brand, if it's a celebrity, if it's music, a song, anything that's questionable, don't do it. It doesn't matter if other people are getting away with it, because eventually you might be the next one to get caught. It's wrong on all levels. Doesn't matter who's getting away with it. I kind of liken it to, imagine there's this intersection where everybody's going through the red light because they can get away with it. And then suddenly you do it because, well, everybody else is doing it. And then you get a ticket. And so now you're mad at all the other people that were able to go through the red light and they didn't get caught. At the end of the day, the law is the law. It's wrong. So it doesn't matter who's getting away with it. And I know it can be frustrating, especially if you were making a lot of money doing this, but it's really not worth it, you guys. Now, if you want to do brands, like I said, RedBubble, TeePublic, some of these others, there are approved brands that you can upload to, and you just follow the directions. You don't have to apply to do this on RedBubble or TeePublic like you do with Merch Collab. So if you just really want to do brands, then do it legally. Follow the terms. But I do realize that RedBubble is very, very, very inconsistent with their banning. And I know it can be frustrating if you were making a lot of money. But those people that are, I can't imagine always wondering if that ban hammer is going to come down any day now. Is it really worth it? So those people that are getting away with it, you have to ask, how long are they going to be getting away with it? So That's just my 2 cents on that. Let me know what you guys think.